We talk a lot about federal debt in Canada, but what is it? Why does it matter? And how did it come to be? National debt is dangerous in the same way personal debt is. Take your credit card, for example. If you carry a balance and can't afford to pay it off, you can end up paying mostly interest, also known as servicing the debt, meaning all you're simply doing is handing the bank money every single month and never paying off the bulk of the actual debt. It's money down the drain. Now, imagine this on a national scale, with billions and billions of dollars involved. Canada currently pays $62 billion every single year, and growing, just in interest payments. That's $62 billion every year that will not build a single bridge, pave a single road, or hire another doctor or nurse. Now consider this. Finance Canada forecasts growing federal deficits for the next 27 years, at least. So for the next 27 years, the government will spend more than it brings in, adding even more to the federal debt. Needless to say, this is not a situation Canada should find itself in. So the question is, how will this all pan out? Well, to figure that out, all we need to do is look to the past. Back in the 1970s, Pierre Elliott Trudeau tripled government spending. Commodity prices fell, his temporary borrowing suddenly became permanent borrowing, and much like the kind of spending we see today, it was out of control. Fast forward to the late 1990s, when the government raised taxes and made drastic cuts to provincial transfers, leading to big cuts in healthcare and education. This is what unchecked national debt can spiral into. Tax hikes, severely cut healthcare services, cutbacks for veterans, cutbacks on post-secondary, and foundational problems for generations of Canadians. Now, can running a deficit ever be a good thing? Sure, it can be. Sometimes it's necessary. In 2008 and 2009, the world saw a collapse in the global economy on a scale not seen in over 80 years. Not only did economic activity plummet, but the global financial system froze up as major institutions collapsed. At that point, governments around the world realized action was necessary to speed up investments in infrastructure and restore confidence in global markets. Canada's Conservative government responded by running a temporary deficit, and it worked. Throughout the recession, Canada performed incredibly well, and we maintained the strongest financial system in the entire world. Here's the key. The Conservatives had a responsible plan to eliminate the deficit. It was diligently eliminated over 7 years and completely gone by 2015. Contrast that with the growing debt of Justin Trudeau. Much like the Liberals of the 70s, today's Liberals have no plan to eliminate the deficit and no plan to pay back the billions of dollars of debt that they are racking up in this country. The way things are going, the future looks pretty grim for the next generation of taxpayers. In fact, they're already looking terrible today. According to the Fraser Institute, more than 90% of middle-class families will pay more tax under the Liberal government. Things are getting bad, but the Liberals just don't seem to get it. They're still spending money that we don't have. For example, over $200,000 on an illegal vacation to the Bahamas. Over $8 million for a temporary hockey rink on Parliament Hill. Over $10 million for a secret payout to convicted terrorist Omar Khadr. Almost $400 million on bailouts for Bombardier. They paid Kinder Morgan $4.5 billion to pack up and build pipelines somewhere else. Things have gotten so bad that the Trudeau Liberals are the government with the highest per person spending outside of a war or recession. When will they understand that their poor spending habits will set Canadians back for generations? Things are out of control. The Liberals are making life unaffordable for you, your children, and your grandchildren. For the good of the next generation, the Liberals need to rein in their spending now.